If you look at, here with the pandemic, there's been some discussions about the Great Resignation, right? About people not or leaving their jobs. I mean, I think in May alone in the United States, there was like, I think 5 or 6 million people left their jobs in May just alone.
What I'm feeling more and more every day, Jon, is that people want to work for organizations that have a clear purpose and make a real impact on the world. I study heavily millennials and Gen Y and Gen Z people. I'm a Gen X myself. I already had that in me. I want to work for a company that is very purpose driven. But I think as the generations go, that is dramatically increasing, with millennials and Gen Z being their number one criteria is to work for a company with purpose, and other things come second. Your thoughts?
Not only do they want to work for those types of companies, they expect business leaders to deliver more than profit. They want them to deliver societal good as well. And so I think you're right. Both millennials and Gen Z are wanting to see those changes happen. Millennials are becoming more and more in leadership positions, and my hope is that we'll begin to see more tangible efforts in that. If you look at, here with the pandemic, there's been some discussions about the Great Resignation, right? About people not or leaving their jobs. I mean, I think in May alone in the United States, there was like, I think 5 or 6 million people left their jobs in May just alone. And if you look at some of the statistics right now, anyway, part of it is, relating to the work conditions, what kind of flexibility team members want in between their work and life. And I think there is purpose. I think it seems to be a strong thread within that as well. Not only what individuals want out of how they spend their time at work, but also I think the types of companies that they, want to work for and with. Pay is definitely a part of it. Work flexibility is a part of it. But I think it's probably more than that too, that they really want to work for an organization that they can trust, and that they're a trusted part of that organization as well. So I think, to a certain degree, it goes back to stakeholder capitalism in the sense that, if you're going to have more holistic leadership, leaders that understand the different perspectives of different stakeholders and are able to work through those tensions and those challenges and do it in a way that, you're never going to make everybody happy, but if most people understand why those decisions are being made and how those tensions are resolved, and it fits with a vision of profit and purpose, then I think most would probably, get on board with that type of approach and want to be with that type of company as well. As an individual leader or contributor or team member, you have to have a certain confidence in what resonates with you, what's important to you, and how you want to show up in the workplace and in community and family life, and in contributing in a positive way. I think, there was an article written about enemies of trust, and it referred to kind of 3 areas of trust. It was organizational trust, there was strategic trust, kind of that personal trust as well. And so, going back to the importance of having an aspiring vision, so that's kind of the strategic trust, right? Do you really believe in what the business leaders are saying about where they want to take the organization, and is that something you want to be a part of? I think the organizational trust obviously is equally important part of that, because that's really the organizational culture, right? And if you don't trust that it's going to be an equitable, fair, engaging, collaborative, type organizational culture, then yeah, you're probably going to be one of those, 60, 70% that are somewhat disengaged or very disengaged within that organization, which isn't healthy for anybody in that situation. So, so I think, again, I think you have to look at it in a whole trust in a holistic way, that, you do have to have a certain amount of self-trust, but then you need to have trust within the organization that you're working with and working for, or that you're building as a leader, as well as then the direction of that organization as well.